Hey, thanks for joining me back here at 11:15. I wanted to keep the previous reading on screen, just, to follow up from what we had the other day. Lots of mention of watching for signs, following the intuition. I don't know if anyone else maybe had anything specific since this reading, or just lately in general. But I know that I did. Also, during a meditation today, there was mention of butterflies not making themselves, not concerning themselves with the opinions of gnats. I wasn't really thinking of anything specific at the time. Now, I keep something similar in the forefront of my mind. Just, it's helpful, in general. So I don't know if maybe someone dealing with a situation for which that is, anything for anyone or not. But anyway, I thank you for joining me back here. I do appreciate your time. Hopefully everyone is paying attention to the signs, doing the dream journal, all that good stuff, as we were asked last time. I feel like it's specifically important for someone with the dream journal. All right. I didn't really necessarily feel like there was anything pulling me to do a reading, but kept getting signs that it needed to be done, and I don't know what the topic is. We could use the butterflies and gnats as a jumping off point. I don't know if it has significance for anyone, but I'm currently researching my ancestry, and it's some really amazing stuff. Just felt compelled to mention, like, if anyone is thinking about maybe looking into that, you really should. It's quite interesting for sure. All right. Now, well, this card fell as we were shuffling. Hunt. Hunting for what exactly? Let's see what we have. Hunting for success. Hunting for success. Healing. got exhaustion and fighting. Exhaustion and fighting. That's what we have. This is what we're looking for. Fighting an exhausting battle. On the hunt for success and healing. Breakthroughs and beyond illusion. Beyond illusion. This bridges the gap. You know, I really love to study on other religions, not only the principles, but the teachings, the actual teachings. Like, it's not abnormal for me to pop in on a church service on YouTube. Just see what everybody's up to. You know, everybody is allowed their own thoughts and opinions on every last thing ever. But I will tell you, I have been getting a lot out of, there's an Islamic preacher. His name is, man, what is his name? I want to say his last name is Mufti? That can't be right. Well, whatever it is, he's brilliant. He has a great way of talking to people. It's really phenomenal. And he mentioned today that the way to heal the heart and soul, and I think this is a lot of the stuff that this man says, and a lot of the stuff that any religious, preacher would say. I mean, they're not necessarily talking like scriptures all the time. You know, a lot of this stuff transcends religion. It's the spirituality behind it. And what he said was to pray. And you can assign that to whatever it is that you pray to or put intention toward. You know, whatever, you don't even necessarily have to have a God, quote unquote. But the way to heal your heart, your mind, and your soul is to know that God, quote unquote, is your comfort and whatever it is that you call him or it wants to heal you. It wants you to heal. And not only that, but healing through charity. Healing through doing things to heal others in whatever way you can. You know, it's not necessarily to say like, oh, well, you need to heal an emotional wound of this size for another person, so your wound of this same matching size will be healed. No. It's through acts of selflessness that we can find inner peace and healing. It's very interesting. Oh my gosh. Who's exhausted? Who is exhausted? Because I tell you, friends, it is not me. And every time I come on here, it's just nonstop yawning. It's very irritating to me. And honestly, if I can't get a hold on it, I don't even know what. I'm gonna try and tighten this up a little bit because it is super loose and I'm not sure what the heck's going on. I don't know. I don't know why I'm given these instructions to do things. Like, for example, like to film a video. And I'm told, like, the topic will come as it comes and whatever. And it's always such a fight. It's such a fight. Like, I don't have that much going on here. It's literally like a background with some shit on a table and a few candles, some incense, all my cards, a tripod, and my phone, and a light. That's it. But it's always such a production. You would think that I cleaned it up every day and got it back out. With as much of a pain in the ass as this is, like, I don't understand. I don't understand why it always needs to be a fight. You would think someone comes in my house and adjusts my tripod on a daily basis. Because I'll tell you what, I don't know, like, every time I come over here, I have to reset the shot. And it's not just readjusting where the tripod is sitting on the floor. Like, I have to completely readjust it. And I really don't understand what is going on. Like, I get signs all the time that I need to be doing this, but it's always such a difficult fight and a hassle. And I'm just not sure why. So, that being said, you may experience something in your life as well wherein you're getting signs to definitely do it, but something always fights you. And it may not make any sense to you. And you know, that brings me to another thing that this preacher said earlier, which I thought was really interesting, that Satan, or the bad mojo, the bad vibes, whatever you would call it for yourself, that is that blocking energy that tries to block you from doing the things that you're getting your signs to do. I mean, as with everything, use your excuse me. Oh, and now we're just gonna cough through this. Cute. This is ridiculous. So the things that try to stop you from doing what you know is right for you, you just need to power through it. And hopefully with a smile on your face, just knowing that, like, whatever it is that you're trying to do, trying to accomplish, it's part of your plan. It's part of Spirit's plan for you. Those roadblocks, like having that breaking through those roadblocks, that's going to be very important. And realizing that, the bad vibes, no matter what you call them or no matter where they come from, the fact of the matter is they stand in your way just to test your patience, test your virtue, test your faith in whatever it is that you have faith in. Is it faith in yourself? Is it faith in Spirit? Is it God? Do you do the Jesus thing? It's a test of faith. I like how this chest here is lit up with this white light, and it's cutting through all this dark. Just breaking through all that negative energy with the positive. It's phenomenal. Very, very nice stuff here. Let's see. I feel compelled. What else do we have on this topic? What else do we have? What else do we have? Anything else? Oh, all right. Communication is key. I think I really like this lighting. I don't know if anyone has seen the past few readings, but the lighting's been a little off again. I think I was using a setting that just wasn't phenomenal. So yeah, I think this light setting works. You know, I've heard something fairly recently said communication isn't the key at all, comprehension is. So, comprehending any ways that you can keep faith in yourself and the things that you have faith in, comprehending those things and putting them into action. Like really holding dear the things that keep your faith alive and well. It's important. Someone's really exhausted here. I don't understand necessarily why. It might be personal reasons. As we discussed before, I'm not really looking to go topical here. Anything else on this? Anything else? No? It just seems like there's so much resistance and I don't understand why. Maybe this is why someone's exhausted. Maybe there is a lot of resistance to something. Maybe you're trying very hard to, be in a more spiritual place. Maybe you're trying very hard to have a breakthrough. Maybe you're finding it difficult to find healing and success. The exhaustion, though, it's crazy. You have anything further on this? Anything further? Memory and instinct in reverse. And I was going to straighten that deck and only take, it would only throw uprights at that point. But I didn't straighten the deck. I decided not to. As you can see, intention there on the bottom. collaborate. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, you may need to collaborate. Maybe with another person, or more so with a layer of yourself that perhaps you're not necessarily familiar with. Maybe spirituality is a little new to you. Maybe your right leg has a cramp for some fucking reason. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Or probably not. That's probably just a me thing. God, Lord. Maybe you feel a little cramped. Your home, your lifestyle. Maybe you just don't feel like you can be who you are. Oh. Huh. We could have a person grappling with sexuality here as well. I imagine that might be very exhausting. Instinct in reverse and memory in reverse. Go against what you normally would. You know, right now, when it comes to astrological events, and we've got a plethora of stuff going on right now. I'm no astrologer. There are many talented, amazing people out there that would be ready, willing, and able to share their thoughts and feelings and concerns in regard to all of the current and upcoming astrology events. Don't get me wrong, I do personally find them interesting, but I don't know the first place to start when it comes to learning the ins and outs of all of it. I've got several astrology books personally, and I think I've gotten everything that I can get out of them. But that's neither here nor there. That's really this is about current events and how they affect our daily life and such. But now would be the time to go against the grain that you are used to keeping and try something else. If something is not proving to work for you, you're exhausted, you're tired of fighting, you're hunting for a breakthrough, success, and healing. Communication and comprehension is key, be it with you, like getting real with yourself and pulling away the bullshit, or with someone else. Don't be afraid to be blunt. Don't be shitty, but don't be afraid to be blunt. Say what you mean and mean what you say. To you and others. Maybe a little less blunt to people. My mom used to say something when I was a kid. Because I've always been a very blunt person. And she used to tell me, you need to learn tact. With tact, you can tell someone to go fuck themselves to their face and leave them turning around and smiling and laughing with full intention of going and fucking themselves. So practicing tact with other people, not with yourself. Be brutally honest with yourself. it's good for your growth. For sure. What is so exhausting? What kind of fight have you been fighting? Whatever it is, whoever's energy I'm picking up on, I can feel it. It's palpable. It's just. It's the never ending slog. It's the never ending slog. Man. Interesting. You might have a little bit of an alcohol issue too. Just keep an eye on that. Do we have anything further for this? Anything further? Dream. Little house in the woods. I love that so much. How adorable. Look at that. Dream. Yeah. Ties in with manifestation. Yeah, you gotta know you're gonna get. Basically, no matter what you do or don't know about manifestation, I mean, that puts it as simply as anyone really could. You gotta know that you're gonna get. Gotta act like you already got it. You have to believe that you already got it. You need to be thankful like you've already received it. Think to yourself as frequently as you can. I'm so happy now that I got thing ABCD. Because reasons A through Z. And I feel so happy and so blessed and so bloppity blop since I got through things ABC. I've seen it work. I can't say that manifestation is bullshit because that's where I started. I really thought that was some nonsense, but no, it's really not. You know, this is another deck. I love it. I hate it. But I feel like... Okay. Simmer down here, Merle. One at a time, please. All right. No one said this whole life thing was a race. It's okay to slow down. I think you should really ask yourself, what is it that you're in a hurry for? A hurry to get to success and healing? Well, there's obviously something you haven't learned yet. There's something you haven't learned. You need to get beyond the illusion that you know everything. Maybe you're not that butterfly yet. Maybe you're the gnat. Right? How many times has that happened for probably all of us, you know? You're thinking, you know, things are... You're all that in the bag of chips and whatever. Pardon me, I'm an 80s baby. That was popular when I was growing up. Anyway, but how many times in this life have you caught yourself thinking like, I'm all good. You know, it's not my fault. It's not my problem. It's this person and that person and everybody has a problem and the only common denominator is fucking me. I still couldn't be the problem. I think that's what we're maybe alluding to here, comprehending that maybe sometimes you are the problem and learning how to identify when and when not. Not to say you're always the problem, but learning how to identify when you are and when you aren't. I think that just might be your next step in getting beyond the illusion, having that breakthrough, having the success and the healing. Believe you can do it. Collaborate with the level of yourself that's behind the wall of bullshit where you're like, oh yeah, I'm the best all the time. I'm never wrong. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Give yourself some credit for doing a good job at this whole living thing. Yeah, definitely. Some credit. Yeah, we all deserve some credit. Not all the credit. None of us are perfect at all times, every time. But yeah, some credit. You know, no one's here to say that anyone is an evil scumbag. You know, I mean, yeah, everyone has their redeeming qualities for sure. But, you know, look at your tally sheet every now and then and make sure you're staying heavier on redeeming than you are detracting. Find ways to lighten up, not take everything so seriously. Depending on who we're talking to, I think it could really go either way. I could wholeheartedly agree or wholeheartedly disagree with that statement. Depends on who you are. You should know who you are. If you're comprehending what I'm saying, you should know who you are well enough to know, do you need to maybe not take everything so seriously? Or do you really need to stop playing around and bullshitting yourself? And do you maybe need to start taking this life thing a little more seriously? And stop giving away your power right now. Yeah, we're in we're in a good time to consider your power and the balances, the checks and balances, you know. And I don't mean brute strength wise. I mean your mental acumen and acuity when it applies to interpersonal relationships. You dig? You pick it up what I'm putting down here? You need to look at the way that you interact with other people. Put yourself in other people's shoes. You may have a very low threshold for empathy. If so, you need to find ways to put yourself in someone else's shoes and imagine what they might feel. Imagine what you would feel like if you were put in a situation they're put in. Specifically, how do you make people feel? And my eye is really drawn to this collaborate card. How do you make your friends, family, and coworkers feel? All the people around you. How do you make them feel? Take into consideration that the issue at hand may be the fact that maybe you upset people. You don't mean to. Maybe you make people miserable. Maybe you mean to. I don't know. Maybe you're an asshole. I don't know you. But it seems like it's time to look at those interpersonal interactions and determine maybe at least some more of the times than you may have originally thought or have been able to admit to. Perhaps you could have handled them in a better way. And maybe we could look at some blame shifting here and perhaps readjust ourselves. Maybe get more into an alignment with the thoughts and opinions of other people. I'm not saying to change who you are based on what other people want you to be. But if everybody thinks you're an asshole and all you get is exhaustion and fighting and you're searching for a way into success, hunting for healing, and just looking for that dream, you know, being a nicer, kinder, gentler person who has more empathy about them isn't changing who you are. It's not that people don't love you for who you are already. So you don't really need to be a dickwad while you're doing it. People love the good things about you, not the part where you're treating them like shit. This went off in left field. I'm sorry for anyone who does not resonate with this. Don't mean to call you an asshole, but the cards apparently, I don't know, it seems like that's where we're going. Yeah, that's just what it seems like it's alluding to here, you know? If people could think for a moment before they speak and take action, you know, just think, like, could I choose to tone myself down a notch in this interaction? I'm not changing myself. I'm just, you know, not being an ass. Looks like it needs to be taken into consideration at this time. Because I think that's how you're going to get to this breakthrough. Realizing you're not always right. Realizing that it's not always everyone else. And sometimes you may be the gnat. You know, I was thinking about this on my way home, that gnat and butterfly thing. I think we can be both at the same time. It depends on the interaction, you know? Just take a moment before you interact with a person. Like, am I going to conduct myself as a gnat or a butterfly? You know, pick your insects. I don't care what you resonate with. What a fucking I don't know. What's an annoying, like a moth or a butterfly? You know, one's irritating and just wants to fly into your citronella candle, and the other one just like wants to be pretty and just like help your flowers and shit. I don't know. Pick your bugs. I don't give a fuck. But it might really help to to watch how you conduct yourself around people. And again, I'm not saying change everything you are just for the purpose of being liked or whatever. Saying there seems to be a communication and a comprehension issue. So watch the way you communicate. Make sure that it is comprehended appropriately by your friends and loved ones, the people around you, just so we have in this collaborate card here. Communicate and act with intention. Don't have the intention of, I'm going to piss this person off. Even if you think it's funny, trust me, if you're the only one laughing, it wasn't that fucking funny, okay? Drop all your preconceived notions. Go against your instincts. For once, just try it. Just a little bit. Just try it. And I believe that will get you closer on your hunt for healing, success, and the dream. All right, collective, I think I'll leave you with that. Definitely good advice for all of us. Again, this is a collective reading. I think people need to focus more on the things that bring them together, not the things that divide them. You know, if you want a reading specific to your sun, moon, rising, Venus, your north node, south node, your chitty chitty bang bang, whatever the fuck, go find it. There's amazing readers out there. And I peruse their readings typically on a daily basis. They're phenomenal. But this is collective for a reason. If this advice doesn't pertain to you right now, keep it in mind. It might pertain to you later. All right, collective. Take care.